Everybody, Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. We are already midweek of this May week spread from Monday, May 15th to the 21st. And as you can see, my planner is incomplete. This should have been released last Friday or over the weekend, but life has a way of changing your plans. And over the weekend, we were in negotiations to sell our house. We had an offer, and there were numerous counter offers and back and forths. And I'm happy to report that the sold sign went up yesterday, and it's a huge weight off my shoulders, but my planner didn't get done. And I don't know about you, as I'm thinking about it, thinking, okay, I'll just do next week's planner spread. I need to do something here. I feel guilty that this isn't done. So I'm going to do a quick and easy spread here, just to have something done. And you know what? Don't beat yourself up. If life is like that and it doesn't align, and some weeks you don't get your planner spread done, you know, either do a quick and easy like I'm about to do, or just move forward. Don't let that derail you. I was reading in one of the planner Facebook groups and saying, you know, people, they've had this, but they haven't been able to do it. They don't have their mojo. Do whatever you can. If that's putting one picture on there, do that. Put the planner in front of you, do something, and then turn the page and move on. So I pulled out all my assorted stuff here. I'm going to skip some of the regular things, and that's all good. Hopefully you'll get a couple good ideas, and if it, you know, or just know that other people, you know, have those struggles with doing your planner as well. So I am going to get started here. So to keep with the theme, which is flowers, and we're working in that coral zone, what I'm going to do is pull out my fired brick and my scattered straw. So I chose to use this Delta stencil, and I'll put the link to this and any other products that I use in the description box. And I am just going to use my two colors of distress inks with the felt applicator and just color in these flowers. And I'm just going to alternate between two different types. My goal here is to get some color onto this spread, even though that half the week is gone, and just experiment with maybe another thing to do. You know, all spreads don't have to take an excessively long time. My spreads typically take 45 minutes to an hour to do if I'm getting, you know, from creation of ideas and pulling out materials and the like. This one took under 30. So, you know, I think it probably took half the time. And most of that was with the ATC because I was trying something different. There you saw me showing the technique tags that I created with my mixed media technique tag video. And if you're not familiar with that series, please go check it out, because there's lots of different mixed media techniques that you can use in mixed media projects or in your planner. So this is a Dilutions stencil, And so I'm just going to do the same thing and use, I think it's mowed lawn, through the leaf stencil. And I'm just going to kind of get kind of like a vine thing happening there. And I'm absolutely loving this. I think it's simple, it's clean, it's colorful. And I'm just extending it a little bit. My goal in doing my planner videos is to show that we can use what's in our stash and without having to buy, you know, specific stuff designed for planners. I am tempted though to buy some more colors of the distress inks now that I've found a wonderful, wonderful use for them. So as I pulled out ATCs that I had existing or partial ATCs, I had this one that had today, tomorrow, yesterday. And because this week I, you know, kind of nostalgic after selling my house, I am, you know, I figured that was a good one. So there's the little disc system little book that I'm making, the ATCs after they're in my planner for the week. I pull them out and I put them into that little booklet, which then sits on my desk and I'll be able to have, well, after the planner's gone. So because I sold my house, I am thinking that I'm just going to, you know, make a little bit of a memory card on my ATC and cut out a house from Deli Prints. Now this, I had a kind of an ATC, you know, who created it, my contact information on here, and so now I'm repurposing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a baby wipe and I'm wetting it down and using my palette knife, I just scraped it off, and that worked really well. That works if you've used gel medium, and I'd imagine it would work if you also use just a glue stick. I'm not sure about other glues whether that you would be successful. So I had this jelly print that I did in my latest session, and I love this blue color. It's a Liquitex Basics light blue, and I rarely use it, but I love it, and I love with the pink that's on there. And it just looked happy with the spirals there and the lines. It looked kind of like a party, kind of like celebration and stuff. Now the house that I cut out, the pink is more kind of into the coral, which was this week's color. But the background color is a little bit different, so I just change it up and I go through my jelly prints and I pull two that have more the pinky purpley color that's in the background, and I cut, you know, a rectangle and a triangle. I'm just putting that on. And that's the great thing about doing brayered papers, like in my last mixed media technique tag, or doing jelly prints, because you can do, you know, have these custom colored papers that are great for any kind of occasion. So those are my just sayings. They are word stickers that I created myself. And if you check the description box below and go to my blog, you'll be able to get all those words and be able to download a document, and then either you can download the same font that I did, which actually I think was a purchase one from Silhouette, but there's many different fonts that you can use, and then print it out on your own sticker sheet. I bought the sticker sheets at the dollar store. It's Office Works brand, and there were 10 full sheets of stickers, and they work great. And I just love it for my planner projects, because you don't want to spend a whole lot of time with the planner. You want things ready and easy. You don't want to start typing out a quote or a word. just to have something. Excuse me. And then I had this little fairy sticker, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to put her on the house, like my little guardian angel. I guess she's an angel, not a fairy. And the word celebrate. And I'm just doing some edging and shading just to make the whole thing pop. Adding a little bit of dashes with my jelly roll pen, my metallic jelly roll pen. And then around the edge, on top of the shading that I did with the black. And that just makes it pop a little bit more. So once I have my jelly roll pens, I grab a couple of the colors, and I'm just going to trace around these flowers. Now, hopefully you can see in the pictures at the end of this section of this week's video, but it really adds that little bit of bling and shine, which I like to have in my planner. So I'm doing the same with the green, and then I use the bronze as well. So I use kind of a coral color and a bronze, and I did alternated flowers just like the different types. And I just, quickly did all of these. I've never been one who does a lot of doodling on her art journal pages or ATCs, but I find that I'm kind of getting into it as I do some of my planner spreads. Some of the things that I have either I do right in the video, or I do during the week as I'm planning and organizing. So I found this sticker. Again, this was something that I had in my stash. Use your stash 27, right? That's our goal, is to use up those things. And it just said Happy Dance. And I thought, okay, this is the perfect place to put that. So I'm really, really happy with this very simple, very quick planner spread. And back it goes. So there are some pictures of close-ups of this spread, different components of this spread, and then we get into the upcoming week. So, don't get derailed if you miss a week. Do something, do a little something, or just skip it and get back on and keep planning and keep decorating. Hi everybody, Creative Katie, Karen Burchill, and we are doing the spread from May 22nd to 28th. And I chose this peachy corally color for the theme and an additional theme of flowers. So I've pulled all my stuff as per usual, pulled all my jelly prints and things that I have. This is a brayered paper that I just did recently in my last mixed media technique tag video, Brayered Beginnings. And if you want to watch that, I will put the link to that video on there. So you can make designer papers with a brayer and acrylic paint and your imagination, and you can go with that. Now, while I had a lot of stuff pulled out, I just realized that this is just the absolute perfect match for this spread, so I'm going to go with that. So I've kind of gel mediumed on here. I have my one ATC here that is in that same color zone, and I am going to simply cut that to size and let it dry while I work on the rest of the planner spread. And then that should be a good combo. Now, since I have this sheet, what you've seen me do before, we just maximize it. So I want to get into, my husband and I, we're just gonna go after some healthy eating and that kind of stuff. And so I want to have that here. So there's going to be a bit of a change on my planner. I'm going to do a little bit more extensive menu planning. Also, with the sale of the house, I think there might be some details and things that we want to get done. So my to-do list for the house and the landscaping, which is going full speed ahead here. Life here is suddenly getting very, very, very busy. So what I want to do is just get rid of this green. I think I'm just going to put a strip of it there, and so we will have my to-do, we'll have landscaping and house, selling. The middle is going to be kind of menu planning and healthy living kind of thing, and the bottom part I'm going to be using for all my creative stuff, what's going on. I know I have a create date here with our Mixed Media Mayhem group that meets, there's about 10 of us that are all in the same area, and we've been getting together every month, so that is happening on that day. So we're just going to do some cutting here, and it occurs to me, instead of doing it straight up, I might just, since I have this, what I might do, I'm just going to get this out of the way, is just do kind of a wavy thing. Just add a little bit of something else to my planner. Something different you can use. Now, this I did manage to get on a good sale from Dilutions, but you don't need to. You can, and I have here, these are rulers that I got from the dollar store, and you know, they have different designs on them, and you can use that. So what I'm going to do is just so we have a curvy one right there, and actually, you know what, I'm going to use this one. So check out your dollar store. You know, things vary at the dollar store, and it's one of those things you gotta keep going back to. So I'm just going to play with this and just use the jelly prints. So, you know, nothing saying you gotta cut it. You know, you can make your own template, your own design, you know, cut it out of cardboard or tag board. Just want it a little bit above and a little bit below, so am I kind of wanting that? You know what? Do not overthink it, Karen. Do not overthink it. Worst case scenario, I learn. Sometimes you win and things work out, and sometimes you learn. But I think that's just a win-win regardless. So let's just see how this goes. Yeah, something different. So I'm just going to cut the rest of those out, and I'll be back. So there I have it all cut out, and I'm just using gel medium. And I'm, you know, trying to be sparing here and drying it right away because I don't want the page to buckle. Glue stick would also work. What you don't want is something that's very, very wet. So Mod Podge I would not use in this application of the journal. I'm just folding it over so I know where to cut it and I don't inadvertently glue that down. And I'm rather enjoying the waves on there. It's just another way of adding pattern and color to your spread. You know, first and foremost, it is a planner. I want that space to organize things, to do a kind of a brainstorming session, to keep track of things. but I want it to look pretty. And I want it to reflect me. So I'm just gluing those down and finishing that. And whether you have brayered sheets or scrapbook pages, colored paper towels, all of that would work on here. So it's a good way of getting rid of a color that's there that you don't want and add some pattern and design. I'm just figuring out whether I'm going to put that there. I have these flowers that I got from the dollar store. They're kind of 3D. I absolutely love them, but they're one of those things that I keep thinking are just too nice to use. So again, in the spirit of hashtag use your stash 2017, they're happening. They will bring me joy. So these are my just sayings, my homemade do-it-yourself stickers. I typed out the words that I wanted and I printed out a full sheet. This is a full sheet sticker paper that I got at the dollar store, and I think in a little bit I'm going to show you the packaging. You can buy the Avery ones, and I'll put a link to that in the description box below. There's also a link to my blog where you can find a downloadable document that has all these words in it. Then you can select your own font and make your own just sayings. It's so handy to have for the planner, for ATCs, if you are, on holidays and you want to create a little bit of something. It's right there and handy. And there's the white full sheet Office Works. That was from, I think it was the dollar store with more, but I know many of the dollar stores, no matter what their name, carry the same brands. So I'm thinking this is missing a little something, so I grab out my micron pen and I'm just doing kind of faux stitching in with black around the edges, and that really brings out the black that was stamped onto this brayered background, and I really like how it is. I also outlined the word stickers. So again, a little bit of doodling and away you go. I don't tend to do this, but you could use a felt pad and just kind of edge the jelly print or the brayered background that you're using before you glue it on, and that would just kind of help set that off from the background as well. This spread also took about 35 minutes, so both of these spreads together were about what it usually takes for one. I like how clean and clear it looks. It doesn't all need to be colored and covered. Now I have a little stamp here. This came in a flower set that I got at the dollar store. And what I'm doing is just stamping the flower part. There is a stem on this, and I'm using fired brick. And then I decide, just so I don't inadvertently get more stamp than I want, I'm just holding it against the line just to mask off that part. And then I end up just using a regular sheet of paper instead of something that is the tag board that's a little bit thicker. So go and look at your stamps, and find a section of the stamp that will work to make bullets for your planner. You do not have to go and buy the ones that they are selling specifically for planners. Yeah, I just wanted a little bit of more color, and I wanted to add to the theme. It's a flower theme, and I wanted a little more than just that one flower in the corner. To that end, I also decided that I am going to make a flower out of some of my brayered papers that I did for my mixed media technique tag video number 16. And there is a link to that in the description box, or an iCard. Now I had a whole bunch of these embellishments that I had, and I had hearts, and I thought, okay, I'll just put hearts on there. And then I thought, no, it's flower theme, let's go with the flower theme. Oh, why don't I make a flower out of hearts? And that's what you see me doing here. Now these hearts and this brayer bits are things that were on my desk simply because I did not clean up my desk and I didn't put them away. But it's amazing how many of these little bits and pieces end up finding their way onto an iCad, a tag, a card. Kind of looks like a 4-leaf clover. And I stamped a stem there from my Dilutions flower stamp. And another Just Sayings. I dug out my gel pen, my Sakura gel pen. So all those little bits I'm keeping. They're going to end up on a page. You can't really tell in this video angle, but the teal paper has some bronze in it that goes well with that coral look of the page. So I'm just using my liner pencil, which the name is escaping me at the moment. Oh, I hate when that happens. And just edging it as well, just to make that little bit of black. I have the black on the page, I have the faux stitching that I did in black, and the black in the words, and so you want the same element in other things as well, and that's what makes a work really well together and be very cohesive. So I just used the stylus and put some bronze dots in the middle just to accentuate it. And since I had leftover, of course, I'm going to water it down a bit and then splatter with my fan brush. That is an awesome way, a quick, easy way to add color, add interest to your page. Just splatter some color on there. And if it's metallic, it makes it look rich and interesting. I really like the spreads where I've done that, and I hope you give that a try. I want to bring out the bronze on here to tie everything together, so I'm just using my bronze jelly roll and adding it. And then I decide that, you know, just because it's a store-bought embellishment doesn't mean it has to stay exactly as it comes out of the package. And I'm just adding some lines with that, just again to make everything tie together. Oops, off camera. There we go. And it just, you know, I just love that little extra something that I added. So there is this week's spread. I hope you learned something new. I hope you give a try of making your own papers. That's all that's left of that jelly or brayered paper. You know, so it's great to be able to use this. And when you pick one paper, it kind of makes it easy and simplifies the planner decorating process. I'm looking forward to starting my planning process on here, and stay tuned for some close-ups of this planner spread. If you are enjoying these planner videos, please give a thumbs up. Please share. You know, I need to know that people are watching these, that they're liking what I'm putting out there. You know, if not, then I can take my time and put other videos out. I just want it to be something that is being watched, that is being found to be useful. I just love that flower, how that worked. Check out all the videos in my YouTube channel. They are all organized by playlist to make it a little bit easier for you. And I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.